Microphone check 1 2 1 2. This is your host, not son, baby, and this is another episode of Swingers After Dark. That's a big misconception out there in the swing lifestyle. You have people who think that the party promoter, the party host, the group owner, or whatever the case may be, they think that they, meaning people in the lifestyle, they think that the group owners and the party hosts and the party promoters don't give a fuck about the guests, and it could be true to a degree. You feel me? Because throwing swing parties, it could be very lucrative, especially when you have a following. And, you have people in the swing lifestyle who are not group owners, who don't host events. They think that, when it comes to group owners, it's about the money. It's about the cream. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Ow. Shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan for that classic. But anywho, they think it's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins, the Franklins. It's about them green dead faces. It's about them blue faces, that Lucci, the bread, the cream, the ends, the scratch, the chicken, or whatever nickname that you want to give money. The De Niro's, they think it's all about the bread. And not for nothing, you can make a good amount of change for hosting swing parties. And, I remember before 2016, people were not hosting hotel parties like that, like hotel takeovers. It were mainly when I came into the lifestyle in 2011, it was like smaller intimate functions at hotel suites or in somebody's house. If you did throw a hotel party, you only took up one floor, if that, and you had to keep quiet. You feel me? But it seemed like after 2016, whoa, Nelly, it was like the Wild Wild West in a swing lifestyle. And everybody and their mama started hosting parties. Everybody started getting their own group. And it went from, it's like, when I first came into the lifestyle, you probably had 3 or 4 groups at the most. I could literally count on one hand the amount of swing groups that you could choose from, and it was a lot easier to support people. You feel me? Because the parties were spread out and the groups had their own flavor. Like if I go to this group, I know I'm not going to see the same motherfuckers from the other group. And I know that this group is going to have a different flavor from the other groups. So every group had their unique theme and had their own clientele, had their own demographics. You feel me? But now it's like everybody got a fucking group because they see how lucrative the lifestyle could be. They think it's easy. They think it's easy. And not for nothing, it takes a lot of event planning to host a lifestyle party. And a lot of people get jaded. Not only they get jaded, but once they start hosting an event, they fuck up because it wasn't in their heart to begin with. They really did not want to throw a lifestyle party because it was in them. They wanted to throw a party simply because they see other group owners raking in the dough. Even if they did not know the specific amount of money that they made on a certain night, they're seeing the clientele, the amount of people who are at the parties, who are at the events. So they figure, I want to get a piece of the motherfucking action. That's how they're thinking. And in the midst of, partying and throwing events, you have to, foresee problems before they arise. You need a certain amount of foresight and a certain amount of savvy to prevent situations instead of curing the situations, because the prevention is better than the cure. Like, for an example, if you're throwing a hotel party, it would be smart to have a rotation of security at the side doors, on the ground floor, on the main floor, because people try to sneak into parties. When you go to a hotel, they have like the side doors where you can exit and walk into the parking lot. and you have people who are savvy. You have group owners who are savvy enough to have a security member manning the side door, so nobody could be on some creep shit and try to sneak in. You understand me? And then you have, you make sure that you have, food and drinks for the guests. I'm not talking about them fucking, what you call them shits, finger foods and stuff like that. I'm talking about at least have something, at least have like a variety of food, like have some, some turkey meatballs and shit like that. Have some turkey meatballs, some chicken wings. What else? Have some, what else people have? People have, meatballs, chicken wings, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, tacos, burritos, jerk chicken, fucking pasta. Some people serve lobster and shrimp at their parties, at their hotel parties. You feel me? So it's not all about, giving people freaking chicken fingers like we're fucking 5-year-olds. It's about having a presentation, because before it could be acceptable, it has to be presentable. And I said all that to say, when people see, listen, money is not the root of all evil. Let me cut to the chase. Money is not the root of all evil. It's how you think of money that's the root of all evil. Greed and gluttony is the root of all evil. It's not the money, because you need money to survive. Money is a resource. Whether it's stocks, crypto, whatever the case may be, currency is a resource. So money is not the root of evil, because I want money. I don't love it, but I want money. You know what I'm saying? So money is not the root of all people. It's people who corrupts, money. You know what they say? Guns don't kill people. Motherfuckers who pull the trigger kill people. You feel me? So, and I say that to say, is a lot of people think that, the group owners, and me to an extent, we really don't think that group owners give a fuck about their guests. A lot of group owners don't even know 90% of the people who walk through them doors. A lot of group owners don't even know everybody who walk inside their parties. They don't even know who walked through them doors. So, and that's scary. You know what I'm saying? That's scary that a lot of group owners, they don't implement a system to where they're familiar with their guests. So when people does go left, or when situations do go left, and people act a fool and act like they don't know how to control their liquor, and they act like they don't know how to put their hands to themselves, you could easily pinpoint the person. The person in question, instead of guessing, okay, who did this person come with? Where did this person come from? Who are you? Who are they? Who are them? You understand me? And a lot of group owners don't really know their guests. They don't even know everybody who walked through them doors, because it's like an open door policy, and that takes away the exclusivity of the swing lifestyle. Swinging, it used to be a secret society where you needed to be vouched for. Somebody need to vouch for you in order for you to go to a swing party. You just couldn't walk willy-nilly off the streets, whip your dick out, or get naked and say, bam, I'm a swinger. No, you needed to be educated first. You needed to know the etiquette and the code of conduct of swinging. And not only that, somebody needed to vouch for you. You understand me? But now, you could be a bum and go to a swing party. As long as you showered that day and you smell good and you got a little bit of swag and you look presentable to the point where security or the people who are working the front desk, who are working the registration tables, don't turn you away, you're in there like swimwear. And that's a problem. That's a problem. And, a lot of group owners, they're getting better at it, because they're getting a lot of blowback. They're getting a lot of blowback from guests, from attendees, because people are not comfortable with motherfuckers who look like they don't belong at a party. You can tell when somebody doesn't belong at the party. They look like a fish out of water. You feel me? I remember I was at this one party, and this dude, he was not in the lifestyle whatsoever. Somebody invited him, and him and his homies came through. So dude was like, yo, what type of party is this? I was like, it's a lifestyle party. It's a swing party. And he was like, yo, they get down like this? They dressing down like this? They get naked like this? And he did not know. He was like a baby coming out of the womb. He did not know if he was coming or going. He did not know if he was coming or going. He was just enthralled by the whole atmosphere, by seeing naked chicks, half naked chicks, nice looking women at that, at a party. And that's a problem. And, you know, I'm going to give a lot of group owners credit. I'm not going to shit on every group owner, even though you have group owners who have no business having a group. When I say group owner, I'm talking about, you know, Facebook groups, you know, Yahoo groups. That's a thing in the past. I'm talking about primarily Facebook groups, because anybody could open a Facebook group and host parties. When I say group, I'm talking about that. But a lot of people don't have no business hosting a party, let alone having a group. But who am I to say that, though? If people are supporting them, half at it. But the problem is, a lot of people are complaining, but they're supporting the people who they claim are fucking up the lifestyle. If you don't support the people who half-ass parties, then they would be no longer in existence. You feel me? You could kill somebody breathing by not giving them attention. So that's how you could nip things in the bud, by not supporting them. If you feel like, you know, people, they don't have the proper refreshments for the guests, they don't have the proper security, they don't have the proper presentation, they're not creating the ambiance and the vibe and the mood for people to be comfortable and for people to, you know, freely express themselves in a sexual manner without the fear of being judged, then why deal with that particular group, and why support that particular group owner? You understand me? So, but I think I cut myself off like a few seconds earlier. I'm going to take up, but I'm going to stick up for the group owners, because a lot of group owners, you know, they make it a point to have newbie classes, to teach newbies, you know, to vet newbies, so to speak. Even though I think that people should not go to their first party until they're thoroughly educated about the swing lifestyle. But that's a whole nother discussion. You know, you do have group owners who have, you know, newbie classes, so somebody could teach them the ins and outs of the swing lifestyle. But the thing is, are people going to the newbie classes? Because a lot of people just want to fuck. They don't want to get educated. True story. So I say the education starts before you go to an event, because when people go to an event, they just want to get their shit off. But the one thing I give the BDSM community credit, where the swing community is lacking, is that you need to be educated to be a part of the BDSM community, because you're dealing with people's, you could seriously hurt somebody in BDSM, you know, because it's impact play. You dealing with fire play. You spreading fire on people's bodies. You dealing with knife play, electric play, wax play. You know, like, you're dealing with the physical element that could really permanently fuck somebody up. So you need to be educated. So that's why I give the BDSM credit when it comes to education, because their newbie classes at BDSM events, their newbie classes be packed. From front to back, you could barely walk in that bitch. But at swinger newbie classes, like, you can see tumbleweed blow by. Real talk. But to answer my own question, you know, do group owners care about their guests? And I say, you know, for the most part, they do. For the most part, they do. I just think that they're so jaded by the money that they want to cut corners. You feel me? Because nobody don't want to see anybody get hurt at swing parties. You know, whether it's, a physical assault, a sexual assault, they getting drunk or high out of their minds to the point where they think that they're somewhere else, and to the point where they don't even remember who they fucked. You understand me? So I think group owners, for the most part, they care about their guests, but I think that they need to, you know, tighten the ship. You know, they need to tighten the ship. They need to know everybody who walked through them doors. And the problem is, a lot of people want to start from the top down. And when I say they want to stop from the top down instead of from the bottom up, when you start from the top down, you don't cultivate your own following. You try to, piggyback from other people's followings, and you invite them to your group and to your parties instead of cultivating your own demographic, so you wouldn't have to worry about somebody hosting their own event on the same night as yours. You're not salty about that because what they eat don't make you shit. In other words, their party is not going to affect how your party is going to run and how many people are going to go to your events, because you have your own following. You have your own demographic because you started from the bottom up. It's like a pyramid. You have a foundation, but a lot of groups, they want to start from the top down, and you don't have a good foundation because, first of all, you don't know how to plan an event. You cut corners. You all about the money, and you don't have your own clientele. So then you have a lot of group owners beefing because they like, why you throw a party on my night? This is my night to throw a party. Why you throwing a party on the same night as my event? You wouldn't have to worry about that. But once again, that's a whole nother discussion. So, I just want to say, a lot of group owners, got to get their shit right. Like, you have group owners, they're about their business. They're A1 about their business. They have no cut cards. They cut no corners. They foresee everything from the rooter to the tutor, from A to Z. You have group owners, they're on their shit, and they genuinely care about their guests. Even though they still might let a few stragglers in here and there. But, at the end of the day, people want to make back what they put in, or at least they want to break even. So when it comes to business, when you mix business with art, and when you mix business with culture, there's a slippery slope in regards to people viewing you as a culture as a culture vulture. You feel me? It's a slippery slope because you may have good intentions, but you may not know how to go about hosting an event. You may not know how to go about striking that healthy balance of making a profit and maintaining the integrity of the community, of the culture. So it's a fine line between the two. And, listen, it could be very lucrative. Trust me, throwing a swing party could be very lucrative. Don't ask me how I know. I just know. Yeah, dig. And on that note, this has been another episode of Swingers After Dark. This is your host, Not Sun, baby. Check out my website at www.notsunblaze.com. That's www.nahsunblaze.com. And check out my ebook, Fuck. Yes, you heard right, Fuck. F-U-C-K. It's on Nook, Kindle, iBooks, Google Play. Go get it. It'll make you say, ow. And shoot me an email at swingpodcast@gmail.com. That's swingpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up with any question or concerns that you may have. Rate, share, subscribe, and comment on this podcast. Dig. And on that note, until next time, peace.